I'd like to talk about preparation to drink ayahuasca, because ayahuasca is not a simple drinking. It's a sacred ceremony, so it's important to remember the respect that we talk about last podcast. So it's important to be conscious of what we're going to do. We're going to prepare because it's a ceremony. It's not only a trip, it's medicine. So it's important you feel why are you going to drink ayahuasca, the intention, what we're talking about. So the preparation means to think about yourself. Where are you going to work in medicine? Where are you going to pray to medicine to heal? And there's a preparation side in your conscience and your diet. It's important to clean the body before, because ayahuasca is a hard medicine. It's a power medicine. So there's a diet you should follow. For example, it's important to not drink milk, because the stomach is sensible with ayahuasca when you drink milk. And it's important do not drink, for example, lemon juice or lemon and citrus and spicy foods and onion and garlic, and not too much meat or not meat, because the stomach should be not so heavy to drink ayahuasca. It's a preparation before, and 3 days after drink ayahuasca, it's important to be clean before.
So 3 days before the ceremony or after the ceremony?
First time you drink ayahuasca, it's important to prepare 1 week. No, it's the recommendation. But if you drink a lot of times, 3 days before it's okay. And the day you drink ayahuasca, it's important to have only the breakfast, and do not to eat too much lunch. And 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. just water or medicine of mambe to have energy, but not too much food, because you are going to vomit, you're going to throw up. So it's important not to suffer doing that healing.
Okay, and you said no milk. Does it also include cheese and all the other lactose foods as well?
Yeah, no milk, no food that comes from milk.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the diet part. Then there's also, you talked about being clear of your intention when you drink, why you drink it, remembering then, and then also, of course, no drugs.
Yeah, sure.
Hard drugs, of course, no go. What about cannabis?
Yeah.
Cannabis is good, no good?
Yeah, it's important that point. No, do not consume, do not to take harm drugs. For example, LSD, weed, a lot of weed, and
weed is not good.
Beer, no, the day before, because there are two medicines different. Yeah. So it's important to do not mix medicines.
So is it 3 days no weed, 1 day no weed? Yeah. The longer the better, probably. Right?
Yeah. And of course, cocaine and heroin, those kind of drugs, it's important do not to consume, because we have to care ourselves. And this is a hard medicine, and you could have a bad trip with consuming those drugs. And even the menstruation, the moon, as we say here, because the moon, the menstruation is another medicine, so you don't have to mix medicines. Ayahuasca is enough medicine to all while you're going to work that night, so it's important do not to mix. And even people who has troubles of psychiatric problems and consume pills, psychiatric pills, it's important to talk before, because it could be dangerous. And women that is pregnant, it's important to tell before, you can consume ayahuasca, but there are some rules to take it, and that's all part of the care to have a good healing and a good trip. So it's important to know that. And even beer, to drink beer is not positive to drink ayahuasca next time, because your blood, your energy should be clean. It's better. It's recommended. So it's Taita said, for example, you could do all that, but it's not my my responsibility to what is going to happen. So it's better to follow the cares
Absolutely.
that night.
So the menstruation cycle of of women, so
Yeah,
they cannot drink ayahuasca when they're, because it's like I've heard mixed things about that, and
yeah.
also depending on who shares the medicine, if they feel comfortable or not. Can you share something with that as well?
Yeah, I could share what Taita said, what Mamita said. Um, there are different cultures, different communities, and different ways to have the ritual, no? You are going to find another ways. But the way I learned, it's important to care women with menstruation, because as they understand the menstruation is like big medicine too. Women are taking the bad energies in her blood that then they put away. So it's hard. The energy is hard when you have the menstruation, or a woman is had the menstruation while the ceremony and drink ayahuasca. It feels different. It's not bad, but it's better. It's better to don't to have a person like that, because the energy. But you are going to find some women that share medicine that could say there's no problem, no.
Yeah.
But in our circles, our ceremony, as we learn, it's better do not to let a person like that in that condition to participate in the ceremony, because we have some experiences, no. So uh, by the way, sometimes some women have their medicine, their menstruation while the ceremony comes. The menstruation, it's no problem. It's no problem, but it's better to
Yeah.
have that care.
So Sergio, also a very good friend of ours, who's also sharing medicine. We're organizing retreats together. He shared that for Mamita, when she holds a ceremony, it's not good when women are on their menstruation period. However, for him, when he shares the medicine, he feels comfortable with that energy and he can deal with that. So I don't want to say anything wrong, but from what I've understand, it's like the different cultures, different traditions, but also the different person sharing the medicine, how comfortable he feels with that energy or she feels with that energy. So can you share more or go more into that topic as well?
Yeah, it's a thing of feeling, no? How do you feel while ceremony when you drink ayahuasca with women that is in that condition, when women has menstruation, for example? Uh, Sometimes I feel that it's not bad, but sometimes the energy has become heavy. Why? Because menstruation is healing too. It's another medicine. So women is taking bad energies and is concentrating that in that blood, and then is going to give it to the earth. So it's better, as the recommendation of Taitas, some Taitas, it's better to don't to tell women in that condition do not participate in the ceremony, because it's a question of the care, no? But it's not bad. It's not a prohibition.
It's not forbidden.
It's not
Yeah.
forbidden. It's not forbidden. Uh, Different cultures and different communities do that thing from different way. That's only a feeling, no? It's with all respect with women. Is no a discrimination to her. It's not
Yeah.
that the subject.
It's interesting because I was there was one woman who said that some cultures are afraid of women, and that's why they don't let women participate in ceremonies. But that's not the case. It's more about respecting the different cycles that women are in, and really seeing that as medicine as well. And so it's not about discrimination or being afraid of the situation or something like that. So we talked about the diet. We talked about the intention as well. We talked about no drugs. What else? We talked about the menstruation cycle. Coffee is fine.
Coffee is not bad, but the day before, do not to drink coffee is the recommendation.
Yeah, chocolate also.
Chocolate is okay.
Okay,
Chocolate, a lot of fruits, water,
but no citrus fruits.
no citrics, but
Yeah.
a lot of fruits is okay.
Yeah.
Soup, and other soft food, no, soft food that is not heavy to the stomach.
Yeah.
Because you are going to throw up.
Yeah.
You know?
Processed food is also, leave that out. So you want to eat as clean as possible, so your body is clean, and the ayahuasca doesn't have to first clean your body. And the more you follow the diet, the better you'll be able to connect with the medicine as well. Start with the diet 1 week before the ceremony. If you've been drinking regularly, 3 days is also okay. Another topic, sex. Is sex okay before the ceremony? No sex? How many days no sex?
It's important at that point because it's no moral, no? It's important to care the sexual energy because sexual energy is a big energy of creation. In the case of the men, we give energy when we have our sperma goes out. So it's important to care 3 days before because you could have a lot of sleep while the ceremony, and that's not the idea. The idea is to be awake, to be like in a classroom, to pay attention what is ayahuasca telling you. So it's important to do not to sleep. So sexual relation, it's important to care some days before. So the recommendation is do not have sex some days before.
Okay. And is it also like what I've heard is that when you don't have sex, it's more of your own energy going into the ceremony, and when you have sex with your partner, you also carry that energy into the ceremony as well. Does that also play a role in it?
Yeah. It's important to carry the energy, the sexual energy, because you concentrate the energy in yourself, in your comprehension of what you are understanding with medicine. Except tantra or tantris or something like that, but that's an individual case. It's not a sin, no? It's not a sin to have sex before, but it's better because the experience, again, teach that you could be weak. You can be weak while the ceremony, and that's not the idea. The idea is you can be strong to receive the energies of ayahuasca, that ayahuasca gives to you.
Okay, and then there's the whole topic. I don't want to go too deep into it, but medication in general, it's very important to consult. We have a doctor in place when patients come, when they talk. I take this antibiotic or this medication. Is it compatible with ayahuasca, or can you not take ayahuasca?
Yeah.
So, do you want to get into that topic, or would you just leave it that it's very individual and consult with a doctor?
Yeah.
I mean, for us here in Colombia, it's easier because we can talk with the doctor about it. A lot of people in the West don't have that. Like, they cannot consult with their doctor because most doctors have no idea about ayahuasca. Do you want to share about that topic? Do you not want to go into that?
Okay, there are some doctors that drink ayahuasca with us, and they can know and tell us what is good and what isn't good to drink ayahuasca. For example, pills and drugs, strong drugs like some kind of pills and troubles like heart troubles, hypertension, or surgeries. And if you have some illness that is that is hard, that is affecting you the certain way, it's important to talk before, because we are killing ourselves. And medicine, I repeat, is not soft. It's hard. So it's important to consult before. What could you take and what is not good. In general, it's important do not to take pills before ceremony.
Yeah.
No kind of pills. But if you have a prescription of your doctor, it's important do not let the prescription too. No, it's important to consult before.
Also, after you drank ayahuasca and you have a headache, don't take an aspirin or anything like that. So that's also very important to respect that place and stay away from medication as much as possible. And when you have to take it, like I said, consult what's possible, what's not possible.
If, for example, if it's only a headache, well, we have great medicine that is rapé, no? Rapé with tobacco, dust tobacco. We can help with that. But if headache is for another cause, another reason, it's important to talk before why you have what you have. No.
Is there any other topics that people should be aware of before drinking ayahuasca and the preparation?
Yeah, as we said the last podcast, it's important the intention, to prepare the intention. Why are you drinking ayahuasca? Why do you want to drink? Why are you arriving to drink ayahuasca? Because if you don't have an intention, it's not okay to drink ayahuasca. If your intention is not to heal, to clean, but it's to intention your life, to open your mind, it's okay too. But it's important to have an intention.
Yeah. So the intention can also be to grow. It doesn't necessarily have to be I want to heal that trauma, but I want to grow in this area. That's also an intention. Or I want to connect with the medicine. That's also a good intention to have, but not just like, oh, I want to try it for fun. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's important because it's unbelievable, but ayahuasca has conscience. So if you don't do that with conscience, ayahuasca asks what you as your question. No, if you don't have questions, ayahuasca doesn't ask anything. Could give you a lot of things, but it's better to say I want this, and the conscience of ayahuasca connect with your consciousness and resolve what you are looking for.
Yeah, but also you can drink and your intention can be that ayahuasca teaches you something.
Yeah.
And be open to the teachings of the medicine. So it can be specific. It doesn't have to be specific, but it's important that you have an intention behind it.
Yeah, exactly. As Taita said, as clear is your intention when you are drinking a medicine like this, as clear is the answer. So it's important to have clear the ask.
Okay, awesome. Also, I like to go into nature and generally reconnect with myself before drinking ayahuasca. And another thing is because you're starting to leave out so many aspects of your life which are totally normal, there can be parts or things that already start coming up. And then you want to stuff it down by drinking alcohol or whatever. But it's very important that you leave that out and start allowing things to come up because that way it's also going to be able to come up in the ceremony. You'll be able to release it as well. So it's before the ceremony is also already a part of the ceremony as well.
I could talk about an experience I had. When I was beginning to drink ayahuasca, one day I was preparing like 2 weeks to go to a ceremony that I needed. And the last 2 days, I didn't do what we had to do to prepare it. I was drinking some beers. I was talking with a girl. I was eating a lot of meat, and I passed night without rest. So I said, okay, I am not prepared. I am not going to go to the ceremony because of respect. So some friends told me, hey, that's not important. Medicine is sacred. You're going to be good. Taita is going to be with us. Not important. Let's go. So I went to the ceremony and I had a bad trip, but that was teaching too. I I was on the floor. I was looking my own death. I died. Really, I died. But I reborn next to that, next to an experience of darkness, and that one was not good, but was good in a certain way. I learned a lot to care myself. I learned that I had to care the days before the ceremony. That's why we are talking about this. The experience teach us. So it's a recommendation. You could do that. That's no problem, but it's your responsibility.
Yeah. What about cigarettes? Cigarettes.
Okay. I want to ask before, why are you smoking cigarette?
Because people have been smoking their whole
Yeah.
life, and
Yeah.
it's something that they do have. It's like in a way a ritual. They addicted to cigarettes. They cannot. Of course, when you leave out the cigarettes, things come up as well. But yeah, what's your
Yeah.
whole take on cigarettes?
It's different to smoke a tobacco with intention in ceremony and to smoke cigarettes like people do in the streets, no? Uh, you can make the taste. Ask any person that is smoking tobacco, why are you smoking tobacco? And people use don't have a clear answer to that. Oh, because I like it, because I am nervous or something like that. It's different with medicine because with medicine you have clarity what you are doing. Why are you smoking a cigarette? No, in medicine we smoke tobacco, but it's
Cigars.
cigars of
Yeah.
tobacco, but it's a medicine. It's with an intention. It's a praying. It has some ways to do that. We pray to the spirit of tobacco, Diona. Big spirit, please help me to clear that to a good intention. So if you tell me cigarettes, I say it's better do not smoke cigarette if you smoke it without
Yeah.
preparation, without intention. It's
Mm.
better don't do that. And the way you smoke a cigarette of tobacco, people used to get in the smoke, no? And when you use a tobacco as medicine, you don't get in the smoke, no? You are intention with the smoke outside, and you're cleaning with your mind, because tobacco cigarette as medicine is a medicine of to pay attention what is happening, why are you doing what you do, and it's different. It's very different. So I recommend better not to get cigarettes before the ceremony, even with no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what's interesting, what I've noticed is there are people who start to prepare, do their diet, and then they start to think, I don't want to drink ayahuasca.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's also a lot of times an indication of the ego who now knows, okay, there's something big coming towards me, and I'm afraid of change. So now all the different mind ideas coming, oh, I don't even need it. Is it even necessary? I'm good where I am right now. I don't want to go that deep into it. So all those thoughts that start coming up before you drink ayahuasca, that you don't want to drink it, you don't feel that well, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of times mind tricks or tricks of the ego trying to hold you where you are right now and not being able to receive the medicine as well. So be aware of that as well. And you want to
Yeah,
add something as
I
well?
think it's important what you're talking this point, because a lot of people feel to drink ayahuasca and feels fear. I think in that point it's important to risk yourself, to risk and go to heal. And other people doesn't feel the calling and want to drink ayahuasca for anything else. And I think it's important to feel it. If you feel do not to drink ayahuasca, do not drink or job or another medicine. But if you feel it, although you have fear, it's important to go,
Yeah.
because Taito said, plant calls you. So the spirit of the plant calls you. And if ayahuasca calls you, it's for a good reason.
Yeah. One last thing, I think we covered almost everything.
Okay.
What about fasting before a ceremony?
About?
Fasting, not
Sorry.
eating, maybe just drinking water 2, 3 days, or the whole
Okay.
day fasting before the ceremony. I mean, fasting is a very powerful tool to reconnect with yourself. What's your take on fasting before an ayahuasca ceremony?
I think it's okay if you have the strength to resist a diet like that. Only water, or maybe do not drink and eat anything. It's important that uh, if it's a personal way to clean, you can do it. If you have the strength to do that, it's okay. I don't do that, although I did it sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay if you want to do that, but it's no it's no something that we say you should do that. No, you could do that, but if you want to, it's personal.
But it's important to have the strength when you drink ayahuasca. So don't go there. Oh, I'm already half super tired because I didn't eat anything for the last 3 days. Then the purpose of the fasting doesn't help you
Yeah,
for the ceremony. It's something that you do in a regular fashion, and it's for you a way of cleaning as well. And you know that you have strength to drink that night as well. Go for it, but be aware that you should have strength when you drink ayahuasca.
exactly. There's a balance, no?
Yeah.
It's a balance. If you feel the strength, do it. If you don't feel it, don't do it. But follow the diet. It's
Yeah.
important to follow the diet.
So I think we covered everything for the preparation. If you guys have any questions, write them down in the comments and we'll answer them as well.